Okay, so in this video here, we're going to be talking about how to find the equation of the line if you are provided with 2 points. Now, in order to do these problems in this video, you have to know how to find the slope between 2 points, and that comes from the following equation where you have m equals y2 minus y1 all over x2 minus x1. We call that the slope formula. Now, if you don't know how to do that, I actually have a video explaining how to do that. So I'll go ahead and link that video in the description box below. That way you can have access to that content if you have no idea how to use this thing here, okay? But since you're on this video, I'm going to assume that you know how to use it. So let's get right into these problems. So taking a look at number 1, it says find the equation of the line that passes through the points -2, 3, and 1, 9. Now remember, the equation of a line is always going to be represented by y equals mx plus b. So this is the final format that we want to be in. Now we want to go ahead and find our slope, this part right here, first. Then we can take care of finding the y-intercept, which is this part right here, our b. So in order to do that, we need to label our points. This is going to be x1, y1. This is going to be x2 and y2, okay? And we're going to plug it right into slope formula, and that's going to be m equals y2 minus y1, so 9, minus my y1, which is 3. And then I have 1, my x2, minus a -2. I'm going to use parentheses here. That way I can separate the two negative signs. And we're simply going to do this out now. So I'm going to do 9 minus 3, and I'm going to get 6. These two negatives make a positive. It's 1 plus 2. That will give me 3. So my slope here is going to be 2, okay? Now, all I have to do is plug it into slope-intercept form, solve for b, and I'm good. Now, pick any one of these 2 points when you plug it into slope-intercept form. I could pick this point right here, or this one, it doesn't matter. I'll just go ahead and pick 1, 9. That way I don't have to work with that negative number, that -2, right? So it doesn't matter though. Okay, so pick either one of the 2 points, it won't matter. But assuming I'm going to pick this point here, I'm going to plug into y, 9, equal to my slope, which is going to be 2. Then I have my x, which is 1. And again, I'm solving for b, so plus b. So doing these operations out, I get 9 is equal to 2 times 1 is going to give you 2, and then plus b. And so from here, all I have to do is subtract 2. And I'll get my b. So 9 minus 2, that is going to give me 7. 7 is equal to b. So now we're going to put it all together. So putting it all together, we're going to have y equals, and why don't we go ahead and do it in a different color? This will be our final answer. I have y equals 2x, right? And then plus b, which is 7. So this here is going to be my final answer. So if you were to graph this line, it is going to be going through those 2 points, -2, 3 and 1, 9. Okay, why don't we go ahead and try another problem? So here is our next problem, and it's very similar to the other problem, so we're going to jump right into it. So they give us 2 points, and we're going to go ahead and label them, meaning this will be x1, y1, this will be x2, y2. And now from here, we plug it right into slope formula. So we're going to have m is equal to y2 minus y1. So for me, that's going to be 5 minus a -1. Again, whenever you have 2 negatives, you want to use parentheses. That way you're separating them. And then on the bottom, I'm going to have x2 minus x1. So that's going to be 2 minus my x1, which is going to be a -2. So another set of parentheses here. And now we're going to go for it. So we get m is equal to 5 minus a -1. Those 2 negatives make a positive. That leaves me with 5 plus 1. And that will give me 6. Okay? 2 minus a -2. Again, 2 negatives make a positive. I get 4 here. And we can go ahead and reduce it down. We know that 2 will go into 6 3 times. And 2 will go into 4 2 times. Right? And so there's my slope. And now we're going to go ahead and plug it into slope-intercept form and solve for the y-intercept. Now pick what point you want to use. Now I don't really want to deal with negative numbers here, so I'm not going to pick this one, but I'm going to pick this point right here. Okay? So that's the point I'm going to use. So plugging it into slope-intercept form, which is y equals mx plus b, I'm going to get the following. I get 5 equal to my slope, which is 3 over 2, and then times my x, which is going to be 2, and then plus b. Now this one works out real nice because the 2's here are going to cancel. Here I get 5 is equal to 3 plus b. My last step, get rid of that positive 3. I'm going to subtract 3. This will cancel. 5 minus 3 will give me 2. So 2 is equal to b. And now we're going to go ahead and put it all together. Here's going to be our final answer. We get y equal to our slope, which is 3 over 2, and then x, and then our b, which is positive 2. Done. Okay, so that problem is complete. Let's try one more problem. Okay, so here's our last problem, and this one is a little bit different because if you read it, they're not giving you 2 points outright. So if you read the problem, it says the following. Find the equation of the line that has a y-intercept of -4 and passes through the point 5, -2. So they're telling you what the y-intercept is here. Now, the y-intercept is a point. We know that the y-intercept is where the line is going to cross the y-axis, right? And so if I just draw a quick coordinate grid, I can show you what's going on here with that y-intercept, okay? And so let's go ahead and make a red line here. And this line can be going in any direction. It does not matter for what I'm about to show you, okay? And so there's my line. Now we know that the y-intercept is going to be right here on the y-axis. So this point right here, okay? And so that means that I'm going to have the following point here. This point is going to be 0, comma b. Meaning my x value right here will always be 0 when I'm talking about the y-intercept because that's where it's crossing the y-axis. So we can use that to our advantage. If I go back to the original problem, it says the y-intercept is -4. So let me get rid of this here. That's actually going to be a point, right? So instead of saying -4 here, we can say 0, comma -4, okay? Now there's 2 ways you can do this problem. You can now find the slope between these 2 points if you would like, but think about it. This y-intercept of -4 is actually my b, right? When I'm talking about slope-intercept form. So again, the equation for slope-intercept form is y equals mx plus b. That y-intercept is right here, okay? So what I can actually do here, I can start filling it in and I can actually solve for the slope and then put it all together. All right, so I'm actually going to go in reverse here. So in other words, I have x and y. My x and y is going to be right here, x and y. I have my b, it's going to be -4. I'm going to end up solving for m, and then again, we're going to put it all together. So this one we're going to do a little bit differently. Again, you could find the slope between these 2 points right here and do the same thing we were doing in the previous problems. That's totally fine. But I figured I'd just go ahead and show you a different way of doing this problem. All right, so let's do the alternative version. So for me, I'm going to plug in a -2 into y. I don't know my slope. My x is going to be 5, and my b is -4. So now I'm left with -2 equal to 5m minus 4. From here, I want to add 4 on both sides. Right, this will cancel. -2 plus 4, that gives me positive 2. So 2 is equal to 5m. My last step, divide both sides by 5, and I get m is equal to 2 over 5. Okay, and now I can put it all together. Here's my slope, here's my y-intercept of -4. So I'm going to have the following. I get y equals 2 over 5x and then -4. Right? And that's done. Okay, so that is how you find the equation of a line if you are provided 2 points. I hope that you found the video useful. I hope that you gained something from it. If you did, please go ahead and give the video a thumbs up. That would be greatly appreciated. Also, make sure you subscribe so you get more math videos in the future, and I'll see you in the next one.